Hi, everybody. It's Pastor Jake, Servant's Voice ABQ and Next Chapter Church. We're continuing our little series on This is the Day. Remember, we talked about Psalm 118:24. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And we did a little intro. So now we're going to start with point number one. And point number one, if you remember, I went over it the first time, but it's been a while. You can go back and listen to the other videos. That would be helpful. It says, let us make every day sacred, or another word for sacred is holy unto the Lord. And now the word holy or sacred means to be set apart from the world to God for His purposes. That's what holiness means, or holy means. Now, when we talk about holy God, that's a whole different word. When God is holy, that means that He's set apart. He's different than us. He's transcendent. He's immutable. He's infinite. He's perfect in holiness. So His holiness is different than ours. It also means that He's sinless. And we are definitely not sinless. We are sinful, wanting to be sinless. But He is totally sinless, can't sin, won't sin, never can sin, is not tempted by sin. He is sinless, set apart totally from sin. And then He's unique. There's no God like Him. Nothing is like Him in all of creation. He exceeds everything and everybody. He is God alone. He's utterly, completely unique. So holiness with God. But He wants us to be holy. And when He says, be holy as I am holy, He means set yourself apart from this sinful world unto me for my purposes. So we kind of be different than the world, to be otherworldly. In other words, we're from a different world. We're from a different personhood, personage. We're the people of God. That makes us unique and special, like God is unique and special. And I love reading the Bible. I don't know about you people, but I've been reading the Bible now through every year for over 2 decades. And it's awesome. And it never gets old to me. But there's parts of the Bible that sometimes preachers and churches neglect. For example, Nehemiah and Ezra. Now, Nehemiah, I know is pretty popular with some when they're building something, or they look at Nehemiah and his accomplishment to build the wall around Jerusalem. And they had to have a trowel in one hand to do the masonry work, and a sword in the other hand to ward off their enemies. He was a great leader. He was a great governor. And he was a great man. And then there was Ezra, the prophet, and the scribe and the priest, who was teaching the people. They both were teaching the people the word of the Lord. And in Nehemiah 8, chapter 8, verse 7 through 12, the Levites were instructing the people in the law. And while the people were standing there, they read from the law of the law of God, making it clear and giving the meaning so that the people could understand what was being read. Then Nehemiah the governor, and Ezra the priest and the scribe, and the Levites who were instructing the people said to them, this day is sacred to the Lord, holy unto the Lord, right? And they were weeping. It says, they do not mourn and weep, they said, for all the people had been weeping as they were listening to the words of the law. Isn't that beautiful? God was moving among the people, breaking their hearts because of the sins of their forefathers and their sins because they were not keeping the law, and now they understood the law of God. And Nehemiah said, go and eat and enjoy choice food and sweet drinks. I like that, sweet drinks. Sweet tea, you know what I mean? Sweet drinks. Send some to those who are have nothing prepared. This day is sacred to our Lord. Do not grieve, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. The joy of the Lord is your strength. When we should be in the Word on a daily basis, and every day we should set this day aside to be God's holy day, his special day, the day that he works and moves in our lives. And then the joy of the Lord is to be our strength for that day. And the Levites calmed all the people down, saying, "Be still, for this day is sacred." He says it 3 times. This day is sacred. This day is sacred. This day is sacred. Do not grieve. Then all the people went away to eat and to drink, and they sent portions of food, and they celebrated with great joy because now they understood the words that had been made known to them. How beautiful. Maybe every day should be that way, because we don't know, especially in these last year or so of COVID, when people were dying. Some of our friends and family and loved ones died because of this strange pandemic called the COVID. But there are other things that can take people's lives, so we need to live one day at a time and make every day count for God. Let me read a few more verses and then we'll be finished. Therefore, keep watch, Jesus said in Matthew chapter 24, verse 42 through 44. Jesus said this, "Therefore, keep watch, because you don't know on what day the Lord will come. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known at what time of night the thief was coming, he would have kept watch and would not have let his house be broken into. So you also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him." And then there's a beautiful psalm, Psalm 90, verse 12. It's a psalm written by Moses, of all people. And Moses is praying to God, and he says, "Teach us to number our days aright, that we may have a heart of wisdom." Teach us to number our days aright, that we may have a heart of wisdom. So I'm going to encourage us. We have the Sabbath day that we keep holy. We remember that God created the heavens and the earth, and he worked for 6 days, and on the 7th day he rested. And he gave us manna 6 days a week. And then after the 6th day, we gathered 2 portions so we could have one for the next day. It was special. It was very special. But on the other hand, those other days are still special also. Every day is special to the Lord. Then after the church came and the Lord was resurrected from the dead, he conquered death for us. Then we had a special day there, because that day is the day the Lord has risen from the dead. And the church began to be persecuted in the synagogues, and they moved to houses and parks and schools and met on the beautiful porch, the porch of beauty, or whatever it's called. They would meet out there in public and worship God on the Lord's Day. So we have the Lord's Day, we have the Sabbath day. Well, what about Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday? Let us number our days aright, to be ready every day. Make every day holy unto God, because it's a special day, because it is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Father, thank you for this time together. Bless these people. Help them to realize that every day is a gift from God, and we rejoice in it. And thank you, everybody, for joining in, and tune in for the second point that's coming really soon. God bless you, and have a great week. And remember to make every day holy unto the Lord.